Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel, Devin K the Model. So for today's video, I am going to be reviewing the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 16. And this is one of my favorite shows right now, so I really love doing these videos and making them. So I am about to start watching episode 16. So I will be back, guys, give you a play-by-play reaction of what I think about this episode. This is only my third video doing this on here, so I guess I'll probably get better at it over time. I don't know, but I just really love the show, and I just want to share some stuff that I'm into with you guys. So I hope you like my review of the show. Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel, Devin K the Model. So for today's video, I am going to be reviewing the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 16. And this is one of my favorite shows right now, so I really love doing these videos and making them. So I am about to start watching episode 16. So I will be back, guys, give you a play-by-play reaction of what I think about this episode. This is only my third video doing this on here, so I guess I'll probably get better at it over time. I don't know, but I just really love the show, and I just want to share some stuff that I'm into with you guys. So I hope you like my review of the show. Okay, you guys, so beginning of the episode, it starts with them going outside to have a crab boil. So everybody's just making small talk, eating, making small talk and everything. And so while everybody's just getting situated and stuff, you see G get up and go to the table and make his little food plate. Mind you, you haven't heard Wendy be like, okay, everybody come on and get up and make your plates and stuff, being as she's the hostess. But all right, sir. So then he goes back to the table and tells Mia I'm going inside. And so she's like, what? What's going on? So he's like, no, I'm fine. You can stay out here with your friends. So then he comes back out, and Ashley and them are making small talk about Wendy's husband's mom to see has the family started back communicating, because if you all don't remember, his mom was against him and Wendy getting married. She doesn't like Wendy. I don't really remember why or how it started or anything. So Ashley's inquiring about that, and they did make some progress. His mom had called. So they're just saying they're really happy about that. And so then G comes back outside, and he's like to Mia, hey, I'm gonna get some more drinks, baby. And so then she's like, no, sit down, stay out here with me or whatever. And he's like, no, I have so many things to do. There's so many things I could be doing right now. I could be sleeping right now. Mind you, at the end of the episode, he kept messing with Ashley when she was trying to sleep, because she was tired, because she has 2 kids now. So he was messing with her and talking about her and stuff, talking about I think she was sleeping with her mouth open or something. I don't know. So Ashley in the car kept asking him please stop, please stop. So then he gave some sorry sarcastic apology, and now he's out here again. So now Giselle is saying something to him, you guys. So I think this is about to get juicy, because you already know Miss Messy Mia is about to get up to try to defend her man. So this is gonna be interesting, you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So it's a commercial break right now, so I just muted the TV. Okay, so Giselle says to G, Ashley, was upset about that, and you had apologized, so why are you, bringing this back up? And so then he's like, what are you talking about? What issue? And so then she's like, on the bus, and they're like, Ashley and Giselle are like, on the bus, G, on the bus. And he's like, what bus? What? So then Ashley's like, you got amnesia? She's like, do you have Alzheimer's? So, of course, Mia, so then first you see Giselle's reaction like, oh, Ashley, you shouldn't have said Alzheimer's. Like, Giselle's like, hold on, because I guess Giselle was about to jump in and have her girl back. But then Miss Messy Mia is like, Ashley, that's not okay. You shouldn't have said that about Alzheimer's. And it just cut to commercial. So it's about to come back in the heat of the scene. Lord knows they probably cut some stuff out. So I want to see what's going to happen. G is an asshole. So he's out there, right? Talking about what issue on the bus, what happened. So Ashley's like, remember on the bus, G, when you wouldn't let me sleep, like, what's going on here? Like, do you have amnesia? Do you have Alzheimer's? So Mia, that's really not okay. And so then G is like, what? And so he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with it. Like, I was just kidding. I was just playing. So he's like, I'm sorry, if it hurts your feelings, but I'm not sorry about what I said, and I'm just done with it. I'm, over it. And so she's like, well, G, then why even apologize at all? Because why say you're not sorry for what you said? She's like, well, why even say it at all? And then he's just like, what is going on here? So then it cuts to Wendy and her husband and Karen had excused themselves while everyone's going back and forth with G about what he's done said to Ashley and everything. Oh my gosh, you guys. And so then earlier in the other episode, Ray had said that he wanted a woman to jump out of a cake, and I think he was like, he wanted her to jump out of the cake naked or something. And Karen was like, oh my, or something, like, oh. And so then Wendy and her husband have this big blue and white cake, and they're like, remember when Ray said he wants you to jump out the cake? Well, girl, you're the cake. Excuse me. So while they're going and trying to get Karen in this giant cake costume so she can jump out for Ray and be Miss Extra as usual, everybody else is going back and forth with G, and then Mia just keeps going on. It's really not okay that you said that about Alzheimer's, being as I'm married to an older man. That should never have came out of your mouth. And Ashley's like, so am I. I'm married to an older man too. And she was like, I was not saying that G has Alzheimer's. Like, these ladies be wanting to pick a fight. Mia is so messy. Like, she tries to act like, oh, I had good intentions. I was being innocent with my big Amazon having giant gorilla feet. Like, no, Mia, you were not. So now everybody's going back and forth. And Karen and them is rolling up with the cake. And the cake, oh my gosh. And she jumps out the cake, and it is just so dry. And Ray's like, oh. And he's like, I want to leave and be naked. This is why I do not like Mia. So it cuts back to the table scene, and Mia opens her ugly little mouth and goes, well, where's your husband? Because you guys know last season, Michael did the little cheating and stuff. Me personally, I think the man, because he's an older man, I think he goes both ways. And I think that, Ashley seems very open and stuff, but I just can't see her being okay with her husband being with other men. Like, she already admitted that they have threesomes regularly and she picks the girl. But I just can't see her accepting her husband, being homosexual. Like, I just don't see her accepting that. So Mia, of course, is, where's your husband? She's like, at home with my sons. And she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? So then they go to the little confessional scene and cut to Candace, and Candace is over there. See, Ashley thinks she can puff out her chest at all the girls and they're all gonna bow down, but Mia's too big for all that. Candace, first of all, why do you always have an opinion when you're just as messy as Mia? You're constantly starting things with people, constantly to everybody, after Monique already had to put hands on you last season and you had to go through that travesty, clearly did not learn your lesson. And so talking about Mia's too big for all of that and Ashley's about to get it. I'm gonna sit here and watch. Lord, Lord. And this is a couple's trip. You guys, geez, oh my gosh. He was licking the lips at Karen, you guys. I am repulsed. I cannot. Thank goodness Ray is there to be by Karen's side, because I'm sorry, Mia is just looks nasty, like she has too much plastic surgery. I'm sure before she started doing all that stuff to herself, she was a very, very beautiful woman, but she's just funny looking and I don't really care for her. And gee, no. Oh. Okay guys, so everybody gets back home from the trip. While they're on the trip, Karen had told them, I'm gonna send out my 25th wedding anniversary invitations, so make sure you open it outside. What is this lady trying to do? Yeah, oh my gosh. So she had butterflies in the box. It was cute. Some of them was dead because they was in the box. But I get the idea. It was cute. Okay. So now we're catching up with Mia and G, and oh my God, this is so sad. So apparently they had decided to have a little staycation together or whatever for, I guess it was their wedding anniversary. And so Mia, you know, asked her mom to watch her kids. So the mom had watched them when they went on the couples trip, and the mom she has a sister and a brother, Mia does, and she lives with her sister full-time ever since the mom has gotten out of prison. I think Mia said her mom was in jail for like 10 years. And I think she's been clean for that amount of time, if I remember correctly. So they're, you know, go leave the house and everything, and, you know, trying to have their romantic evening. And I guess Mia's mom, just the whole time they were at the little dinner, just kept calling and texting. And so then, you know, the husband steps in, as he should, and was like, you know, please stop, you know, texting. You know, you're upsetting her and we're, you know, having a night out. And so, you know, you can handle the kids. Because mind you, she takes care of her sister's kids, her other daughter's children full-time and lives with them. So, you know, what's the issue? So come to find out, the mom was freaking out because she couldn't decide what to make the kids for dinner. And so Mia, of course, this triggered for her because, you know, she had shared about how her mom always abandoned her and was on drugs and all of those things, which is something that you don't get over really ever, because childhood is just, it's so fundamental to forming who you are as a person. And if you miss certain milestones and can't make like certain emotional attachments and connections, like that's just something you have to deal with as an adult. And so it just really triggered Mia. And, you know, she was like, it made her flash back to when she was an 8-year-old girl on Christmas Eve waiting, you know, for her mom to come home. So, of course, her being a mom, she leaves her nice romantic dinner and evening and staycation and goes back home. And I guess when they got home, the mom was being very disrespectful and was talking crazy. So, of course, G had to step in. And, you know, I guess he handled it like a man. He didn't disrespect her mom. He was just like, you know, please stop. Like, I'm not a child. Please don't talk to me like that. You need to leave. And so Mia was upset because she was like, you know, my kids were right there and they saw that. And we don't, you know, I don't want my children seeing that. And so Mia's just really having a hard time because, like, she put in all this effort for her and her mom to get to this place. And now, you know, she's like, it's back to square one, basically, because my mom just blew up. I really don't want this to be the case, you guys, but this is just my opinion. I'm thinking like, what if it turns out like her mom could have had a relapse, and if the mom did, like that's horrible, because I was straight like talking crap in the other video about like Ashley saying that your mom is low cal ass isn't gonna make her relapse. But you know what? I'm I'm not a drug addict. I've never, struggled with substance abuse, so that was real ignorant of me to say that and make that comment. So, I don't know what can trigger somebody who struggles with that, but oh my gosh, that is so sad. That is just so sad, you guys. Man. Okay, you guys, so I had to do a quick little wardrobe change. I'm going to do some HIIT training and a 20-minute ab workout after this. And so they're talking with Giselle and her girls, and they're out and about shopping for some plants. And this is really sad. So Giselle is like, talking to her girls, was like, I'm casually dating someone, and talking to the girls about dating, and was like, and she's like, you guys, and so the girls are like, well, we think you're lonely and we think you're emotionally unavailable because you act like a vampire. Alrighty then. So then she was like, well, I want you girls to be happy, and, I want you guys to understand when you start dating, like, you have to make difficult decisions and things like that. And so then she, starts talking about their dad and their relationship and stuff. And then Grace is like, well, Mom, hold on, you guys, I gotta pause it. So Grace is like, well, Mom, it's kind of hard to look at like you or Dad as an example for dating, because she was like, we never really saw you guys together, which is true. Like, the father just keeps on having baby after baby with random women. And I understand like Giselle doesn't want to paint their father in a bad light, and I respect her for that. But at the same time, like, he's not being a good role model for his daughters, because what if the daughters like just go out and date men who just are not capable of like being honest and faithful, like, what is going on right now? So that's just really, really sad. And the daughters are like, well, Mom, we just, we don't want you to die alone. We don't want you to be lonely, and you seem really lonely, and we want you to have somebody. So I think it's sweet that her daughters like really care about her happiness and stuff, but I understand where Grace is coming from. Like, the parents have not been a good example of like a unit or a marriage for them. So, the Grace girl, she might not be knowing what to look for in a man, like, so I feel like her father, Jamal, should feel horrible for like being a horrible example of a man for her daughter. Like, that's just sad. Okay, you guys, so Giselle's situation with her daughters is very sad. They say that they don't know what a marriage looks like because they've never really seen one. So that's like really, really sad to have your daughters say. And then it goes to Ashley. So she's going to see her therapist. And she opens up about Michael. And if you guys remember, the first baby she had, he went and cheated with that lady and everything, and he claims that nothing happened, but I mean, come on, like, who knows? So she said that happened like 2 to 3 months postpartum, and she said that's where she is now with the other baby, and he just does not want like anything to do with her sexually. So then the therapist suggests like, well, why don't you work on like the emotional intimacy, since the sexual intimacy isn't there. And so, Ashley used the example of a vase. She was like, if a vase cracks, like, you can glue it back together, but the cracks are still there. So, she's like, I still have those doubts and everything. So, which is totally understandable and everything. I hope for her sake, like, her husband isn't messing around on her, because, she has a whole family now, and that would just be sad. So, yeah, man, so much going on. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. I actually had to leave and go to the gym. So I'm back from the gym, so that's why I have a totally different outfit on again. So we're at the part of the episode where it cuts to Ashley, so we're on her storyline now. And, you know, she was talking with her therapist about intimacy. And the therapist is like, you know, why don't you try some like emotional intimacy, you know, instead of sexual intimacy. So they're having their like first date night um from her, I'm sorry guys, I have to fix the camera, from her having the baby, right? And so like instead of her trying to have emotional intimacy with the man, first of all, their relationship to me, their vibe is not good. I don't like their relationship. Like if that works for them, that's fine, but it seems very fake and forced. I don't know, maybe it's just because they're not comfortable being like open and maybe intimate with each other on camera. But their relationship to me seems very, very forced. So they're having date night and they're at some hotel that Michael used to own. And so Ashley has this really cute dress on, and you know, she still has her little baby tummy, but she still looks really good. Um, so you know, he gets there and she's like, do you like cheesecake? And she starts feeding him cheesecake. And then she gets a blindfold and she goes and she sits on his lap, you know, and starts kissing on him. And how they're just being intimate and kissing is just so ugly. And then Michael has the nerve to be like, I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Excuse me, sir? So then she's like, okay, well, you know, I'll take the blindfold off so you can go walk into the bedroom. And then she's like, and soon and then he commented on her heels or whatever. She had some thigh-high heels on. And he's like, oh, I like those. And so she's like, soon I'll just be wearing these. And then they close the door and then you hear kissing sounds. And then he's like, such a beautiful lady. Like, it doesn't even sound like he's really attracted to Ashley. It doesn't sound like he loves her. Like, they have, like, it's like no connection, like no attachment. Like, it's just so not believable to me. And I love Ashley. Like, oh my gosh. Like, she's one of my favorite characters. So, then he goes, oh, did you see all the buttons on the toilet? And then you hear Ashley say, oh, okay, well, I'll be here when you're ready. So we already know they probably didn't do the deed. So I'm just really like, is this man cheating? Oh, and then you guys, you know how he said that nasty perverted stuff about Juan in the last season? So while they're out in the dining room talking, Ashley's like, you know, G was messing with me and telling him what happened on the trip and everything. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll say hi to G, you know, and everything. But he's like, I'm not gonna, you know, talk to Chris and Candace and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, because Candace pulled a knife on his wife. Like, that's completely understandable, dude. Like, Chris, check your woman, get that together, keep her away from me and mine, you know. And so he's like, I'd rather just, and so then Ashley's like, well, Chris actually wants to talk and clear the air, and you know, and he's like, no, I'd just rather be around Juan, because you know, me and Juan are buddies and we always have a great time. And then he goes on this tangent about Juan, and then Ashley just has to get up and be like, okay, stop, basically. And like, that's when she like sat on his lap, and I'm just like, I really hope this man didn't have a heart on after talking about Juan, because that's like disgusting. But like, Michael's up to something. Like, I don't know if it's a man, I don't know if it's a woman, but that man is up to something. And Ashley needs to be careful, because that is horrible. Man, I hate that. Okay, you guys, so last scene of the show of this episode is Giselle. It cuts to her. So after Giselle talked to her daughters, and they basically told her, like, you're cold, you're emotionally unavailable, like, you're not doing a good job as our mom, like, emotionally for us. So she goes back to counseling to talk to her counselor. And, you know, she lets him know, like, hey, me and their father had reconnected. It ended up not working out. In all reality, it didn't work out because he went and had a baby with somebody else. So that man doesn't know how to be faithful. But, of course, he's a pastor. And you guys know, name of the game in church is SEX and dollar signs. So that's why, me personally, I don't subscribe to church, because it's just whatever. We're not getting into that. So anyways, they decided to part ways, split ways. They're not together anymore. So the girls are like, you know, we don't really even remember you guys being married. So, you know, Giselle's like, it's really hard and painful because, you know, she was like, I want a man, I need a man, but I don't want to answer to a man. Ma'am, then you're not going to have a man. You're going to have a fuck boy or a simp. Somebody you can walk all over. And if you can walk all over him, why do you need him? For what? Why is he there? Like, that's just me personally. I could never, like, if you want a man and you know you need a man, then you have to be respectful and submissive to the man, and you have to, do what he says to do. You got to be vital to the title, Giselle. So Giselle not about to, she got to change that. That's a very toxic girl/woman code mentality to have, and that also will hurt her feelings. So the therapist is like, you need to have some honest conversations with your daughters. You need to be vulnerable with them. Like, you need to really explain to them why things with their father didn't work out, why you feel the way you feel, like why you were hurt by it and everything, so that they can understand that, like, your mom is here for me. I do love you as my daughters, and I care about you, and I want you to have a marriage, and I want you to have a family and be happy and all that. But it's like her daughters can't even see that or witness that, because the father hasn't gotten remarried. He's just been going around impregnating women all across America and bouncing back and forth from being with his ex-wife from woman to woman to woman. So they don't have a good role model. Like, Giselle's father is in their life, but again, he's older and everything. So it's like, how much time do they really spend with their grandfather? Like, does he have these conversations about men with them, and what characteristics and things to look for in a man? Because clearly their father's not. And honestly, I don't think their father should even speak on that, because he don't even know how to keep it 100 and real and be faithful. So, sir, on to the next. So, you guys, I'm excited because the next episode is the season finale, and then we're going to get the reunion. I want to know how many parts are going to be in the reunion. So this episode was like a slower episode. Like, it was some drama and excitement, but this one was really like more toned down, because it was like the episode after everyone got off the vacation. So it's just like everybody getting settled back into their daily routine. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to have a video again on the next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying my reviews and my little honest thoughts about the show. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe, positive, and healthy. And bye from your girl, Devin K, the model.